Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Smark Tank. I am Shannon Epstein, once again, alongside the wondrous one, Bob Black.
Yeah, boy.
And now we're going to cover NXT takeover Chicago 2.
Which was amazing.
And just a little bit, because I didn't watch the whole Dominion. Just talk about that and the significance of that.
Amazing.
So this is the antithesis of the Money in the Bank review that we'll post.
Amazing.
Or have posted from
Yes.
this recording.
He only had one botch.
Aleister Black.
Quasi missing a black mass and, and Lars Sullivan falling to the floor. And then they made it up with two black masses that were dead on and looked like they killed Lars Sullivan, which was incredible.
Well, if you look at the booking right now on NXT TakeOver's 5 matches and the match time that they give them versus the 11 matches that they give, the main roster for the Money in the Bank and the match time they give them.
Yeah.
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 Like 7 minutes for the Bludgeon Brothers. And,
Yeah.
I mean, Daniel Bryan and Big Cass got some time and whatever. So did Seth Rollins and Elias.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, Money in the Bank was pretty good. I enjoyed Money in the Bank. You hated it.
I didn't hate it. I was underwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
Hate is too strong a word. They haven't inspired hate. They've inspired underwhelm.
You were bored by it.
I was not. It wasn't even boredom. It was just like. It was like if your kid comes home with a report card with all like C's, and it's like, all right.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed. You passed. Yeah. Okay. No ice cream, I guess, for a month. Whatever. Let's go to your
Really?
room.
You would take away ice cream
Just go
from C's?
Just go to your room. I have to think about my life. What am I doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong as a parent?
Yeah. What am I doing wrong? That's what I feel like.
It's usually the fact that, if you want your child to do good at school, you just keep taking away things that would distract them from school.
Apparently, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, they never did with me.
Yeah.
And I somehow passed.
I don't get it.
Even though I was kind of like the brazen C student.
Yeah, no, that's
so.
fine.
Just that's it.
That's WWE right now. They're the brazen C student.
Because you keep having the same guy calling all the shots.
And NXT is like they're plucky, like really smart, fucking rocket scientist younger sibling who's just like, oh yeah, no, yeah, Dad, I got an A+ in all my subjects, and you're just like, yeah,
shut up, kid.
You're like, I love you. You are my future. You are the seed.
No, but it's more like you love the jock. And then the A+ student comes along. That's what WWE is right now. And they're like, hey, I've discovered the cure for cancer. Yeah. Go play outside in traffic or something like that.
That's how WWE is NXT. The fans to NXT are like, I love you. I know one day you're going to become Bill Gates. Thank you so much, child. I did right. Something I did right.
They have talent.
Yeah.
The pool of talent that WWE has is incredible.
Like the main roster is like a teenager who is like, fuck you, Dad, I'm gonna smoke weed and jack off, and you're just like, come on, son, you could be so.
But who is the guy who's saying "come on, son"? Because it's supposed to be Vince McMahon.
It's us. We're saying "come on, son," and Vince McMahon is like, "Fuck you, Dad."
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but not even like punk.
Vince McMahon's like 70-something years old.
Not even like punk rock about it. Just like lazy. Like, I'm gonna go to school every day in sweatpants. And not even cool sweatpants, just sweatpants I've worn for the past 5 days, just because I don't care.
So what if Triple H took over tomorrow or tonight?
I have no idea.
You think it would be better?
I don't know. I can't say yes. I can't say no. All I can say is that NXT Takeover was objectively a better show.
Yeah, no. I mean, the Undisputed Era versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. I mean, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch were not the crowd favorites.
Amazing.
And then somehow ended up becoming oh my God, these guys are, wow. Just brilliant.
So many spots where every wrestler in the ring got to shine. Where Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan got to show off that they were tough. Tough British and British dudes.
Well, Oney Lorcan's not
he's
British.
American, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got to show off their toughness, you know. And then Kyle O'Reilly and fucking fuck, how am I forgetting his name?
Roderick Strong. Yeah.
Is it got to show off like their craftiness and their the way they game planned and their toughness too. And it's just like it was like this is a really well told story. Why can't they tell these stories with tag teams on Raw?
Well, it was interesting because I'm not even sure that they knew that Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch were going to go out there and kind of face that anti-crowd. You know what I mean? Like the heel hot crowd.
I don't think they were that much against them. I'll be honest. Like they weren't like that hot against them.
No, I didn't say they were. Yeah. And you could tell when they're like, no, we've just turned for the evening.
Yeah.
They weren't. They won them over.
They were hot
through the storytelling.
Yeah, they were hot for the match. Like the crowd was hot for the match. They loved the match. I mean, but like, yeah, I mean, Undisputed Era are over. So Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan are not as.
They're relatively new as a tag team.
Yeah, they're not as over.
You know. And they fought hard. So I see them getting the titles eventually, just not now.
Sure, they were fantastic.
If that,
yeah, they reminded me of DIY. Back when Ciampa wasn't the best heel on the planet Earth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like the sort of like tough like we're gonna take it ourselves, and it's like that's cool. And they went up against an amazing tag team in Kyle O'Reilly and fucking Roderick Strong. Kyle O'Reilly.
You want to say Bobby Fish? That's what it is.
I do want to say Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly is just amazing, and like if they ever single push him, he's going to be
push. I don't see them giving him a singles push. And it's not because he's not good.
He's fantastic.
Don't cut me off there. We just know who we're dealing with at the top.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think he's fantastic. He's fucking really, really douchey, and he's got that heel persona down to a science.
He's got also like the MMA thing going on. Like his whole style is like, I want to put you in an arm bar.
I like that.
Yeah, it's great, and it's like it's just like you don't see it a lot, so you're like, oh, this is great. Like, it's like with Ronda Rousey, like you don't see it a lot, so it's like, oh, this is awesome.
Exactly.
You know? And it's like when Daniel Bryan first came in, he was like, I'm a super technical wrestler, so his whole thing is like kicks and like trying to put you into a hold or something like that.
I love that.
Yeah, you're like, this is really cool, as opposed to like a big power guy. You're like, okay, well, I kind of know.
Power guys are boring.
Yeah, I kind of know what Lars Sullivan's all about. He want to hit you with a freak accident, and like, that's kind of it. It's like, okay, this is exciting.
I like actually seeing a competition. Yeah. I don't know. Like squash matches are good to get a guy to the point where he has to fight a real guy.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
That's what they're good for me. You know what I mean? I also like it, like, if the power guy is going to have to be in a match because you just have to show him that evening, fine, you could put him in a squash match, which was good for Braun Strowman's build-up.
It was great for him. Yeah,
like now you put him in a squash match, just like you're just wasting minutes.
Yeah, no, you're just
at this point.
You're burning time at this point.
So, but in any event, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream.
Fantastic.
Really, I mean, that could have been the match of the night had Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano
easily
not gone for the Dave Meltzer star breaking.
No. Honestly, let's the storytelling of the Velveteen Dream in that match was incredible.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, and this is a nothing match. Very similar to Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. Absolutely. But why is this match special and Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal not special at all? I'll tell you exactly why. Because it gets personal with Velveteen Dream.
It does.
It gets very personal with him. Like, every match is a personal match.
Yeah.
And if the other wrestlers could somehow get personal with the fans, I don't think it would be that far off. Like, you know what I mean? The thing when you watch Velveteen Dream, we know Patrick Clark is a different person than Velveteen Dream.
Absolutely, yeah.
We know this. But whenever they interview Patrick Clark or Velveteen Dream, he is now Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, he buys into the gimmick.
And like, he just like talks like that now.
Yeah.
Like that interview we saw on Inside the Ropes or whatever, he was like, I don't like the use of the word fanatic because I'm a positive person. I don't like to be negative.
No, it's great.
Like, why would I put people down who support me? Maybe we call them supporters or whatever. Like, he's
fantastic.
And that's the thing. Is like, like, this is who he is Now,
Yeah.
you know, like Jinder Mahal, you're not going to get him on the street and be like, Jinder, what's up? Ah, fuck America. What is happening?
Yeah.
I am the Maharaja.
Talk to me in the Maharaja. He'll be like, hey,
I can't even believe you have the audacity to come up to me like this.
Yeah, he'll be like, hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm on Sunset Boulevard again. You know, or whatever.
Yeah, I think I'm
TMZ came up to him. You know what I mean? But like, if he was just like, what is up, you fucking assholes?
If he just bought into, he just went full Iron Sheik with it.
Yeah. I think he might get over. Actually, if he just is like, look, another scumbag American fan. What is up, my? I would punch you in the face right now if I would not get sued easily.
Yeah, I know. Just commit.
You know, like just really commit, and I think that's why. I think that honestly, that's why Velveteen is who Velveteen is.
Yeah, he commits.
And Jinder and Roman are who they are. You know, because like, what is Roman Reigns?
He doesn't have a definable gimmick that they honestly. Like he,
like The Rock would go full tilt into his shit. Stone Cold would go full tilt. You know,
I just don't. Honestly, I feel like they don't let. They just don't.
Even Matt Hardy did it when he first broke.
Yeah, they did. You know, they just have such a tight control over that gimmick and that and him, and it's just like they've grounded him into the ground. He's like I think the best possible thing for Roman Reigns could be to just go to the Indies. Just do a Cody. Go to the Indies and just get learn to get over by your. It's not like he can't fucking work. Like he can work.
That's your idea is like for WWE to release their Golden Boy out into the wild.
Mean, honestly, I don't even think that they would release him. I think he should ask for his release.
He'll not get it.
Yeah, I think.
And I don't think Roman wants it.
I don't think he wants it either. I mean, I think a part of him is like, this sucks, but I'm feeding my family.
Yeah, totally. Like he's totally feeding his family, and I got no problem with that.
I got no qualms with that, but I'm like, if he really wanted, like, he should just.
But
he should just pull a Drew McIntyre and go. Because there's no part of me.
Drew is hungry.
Yeah,
that motherfucker's hungry as shit.
There's no part of me that believes that Roman Reigns couldn't do that. He couldn't pull a Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and be like, you know what? They're misusing me. They're shitting on me right now. They're fucking my shit up. Really, they really are. Like this, like that loss of Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania was like Tetsuya Naito level. Like, we're stepping on your moment. Whereas like the fans have turned against you, we put you in the main. We put you in Mania, you're gonna lose. Like we're just this is what it is. And like
so you're saying that WWE has lost confidence in him?
I feel like they've lost, particularly with Strowman getting the fucking Money in the Bank. I feel like he's not gonna get a title run.
Yeah, and if you want to listen to more in-depth talk about our Strowman winning the Money in the Bank, you can listen to our Money in the Bank podcast that is going to be released with this one.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting a title run. I'm very honest. They killed him at Mania. He's dead. Yeah,
you think he's dead, but I think
he's in a mid-card feud with fucking Jinder Mahal. Like if that's not dead from being like he was in like every main event last year.
So is Jinder.
Not in every main event last year.
Yeah, he was pretty up there on the card, though.
He was. Yeah, but like I'm talking about like the moment where Jinder dropped out of main event, Roman Reigns is still in main events.
Yeah.
He's now in a mid-card match. Like that's the reality.
That's true.
That like I don't think
So who's going to get the strap?
Probably
you think that Roman will win it and then Strowman will take it?
Yeah, absolutely. I have 125% faith that is either Roman takes it and then Strowman cashes in and gives him the hands, and like that's it. And then like at this point, I'm telling you, like if Roman were like if Roman's like I'm collecting a check, I'm feeding my family, cool. Then I'm like, you know what? All right, fuck it, yeah. But like if it's in your blood. And it is, and you know you can work, and you know what you can do.
Right.
Bet on yourself. Get the fuck out. Just to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go. If Cody could do it, I can do it.
Anything Cody can do, I can. No.
Not anything Cody can do, I can do better. But like they both have wrestling in their blood. They're both from wrestling families. Why not take a chance on yourself? Why not have a feud with Cody in the Indies? That would be fucking. If he gives him a chance, they give him a chance to develop his character. And like really, he's still young too. Like fucking Roman Reigns is like only like what 20 something 29 30.
Let's find out. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
He is 33.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
2 years younger than me.
Yeah, Cody's what, like around the same age?
I don't know. I have to look that up.
Yeah, so it's like you can go out there and remake yourself, and like people have shown that. And it's like I feel like any wrestler that is getting
Cody is 32.
Yeah, I think any wrestler is getting shit on.
Same year.
Yeah,
is Roman, by the way.
Yeah,
His birthday's coming up.
Yeah,
on the 30th.
Happy
birthday.
Any wrestler that's getting shitted on, or is like they're not working, whatever. Like no, go bet on yourself. Bet on yourself.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing with Drew. He even said it. He's like, look, I didn't want to talk to Vince. I was scared. I didn't want to, approach these guys in the backstage.
Yeah.
And, and the old wrestlers used to tell me, like, you got to go talk to them. You got to go talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, show them who you are. And he's like, no. I just wanted to duck my head down.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the Indies, did my whole thing, was very hungry, was very successful. And I come back and I'm like, oh no, now we got to go talk to him right now, Dolph. Come on, let's go. He's gonna get somewhere.
He's gonna.
I know he's gonna get somewhere.
Yeah, and he built it on his own. He worked his way up, and it's like he's like there's no part of me that doesn't believe anyone who's getting fucked is not getting the push or the shine they should be getting right now. Couldn't do that.
Right.
And like I'm very real about that. I'm very, 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 because like Edge said it. Edge is like you have to bet on yourself, right? Edge is like multi-time champion. Who really thought Edge when he started off with like the Brood was going to become a 10-time world champion?
Yeah, no. I mean, I knew he was going to get something once he started a singles push. I knew he was getting there because they kept like pushing him and then he kept getting injured.
Yeah.
So I knew they wanted him to do something, but he needed to kind of like go rise above the injuries and kind of have sustainability.
Yeah, and kind of get away from that Brood character
because they never really changed that.
And like that Team Ek character, and then he was like, okay, I'm gonna bet on myself. I know what I can do, and he did. Right, and then now you talk about Edge.
But he was never really like, all right, who he is.
Yeah.
As Edge.
Yeah.
Closer resembles who he was when he was singles wrestling post Edge and Christian breakup, but not really a breakup. It was kind of just like like Christian turned heel and Edge was like a face.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna shave your head, Kurt Angle. It was like he was like a trickster, jokester kind of guy.
Yeah, sure.
Like that's who he really is.
Yes, absolutely.
But him as the rated R superstar is definitely not who he really is in real life.
No.
But it's kind of what was awesome though.
Yeah,
about,
he crafted it.
Like that was it.
He bet on himself. He worked the character out.
He turned the evil version of his persona up to 11 because it was like right around the Matt Hardy breakup with Lita.
Yeah.
And like all that shit was going on. He's like, fuck it. If I'm gonna be the bad guy, I'm gonna dial that up to like 12.
Yeah.
And fucking go nuts.
Yeah. And it's like here's my thing. It's like, yo.
He was a ring general at that point anyway.
Yeah.
So he was able to just like tap into like, I know what's gonna piss these guys off.
Yeah.
So let's just piss them off.
And like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like any of the like anyone who's like I think Roman Reigns can go out in the indies and just come on and be like, fuck all you smart marks. And just like play up the fact that he's like, I was in the Fed. And they're like, well, they kicked you out. Like I didn't kick me, I left. All right. He's like, and it's just like they're like, and like really turn it up the heel that everybody.
He can do that without leaving.
He could, but they won't let him. So what I'm saying is, like, if he wanted to, he could do that.
And he doesn't want to,
and he doesn't want to because he
wants to feed his family.
He's feeding his family. So like,
so he'll stay at mid card then.
Yeah, he'll stay at mid card, or he should stay at mid card if they're not going to use him fucking properly.
But I'm hearing that on the rumor mill that he's gonna lose. He's gonna make Brock lose at Summer.
Whatever. At this point, you know what I heard? I heard that fucking that I didn't hear Alexa Bliss was going to win the fucking Women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
You know who I think the prediction was that was supposed to win that? Like I think Charlotte or like fucking
or Natalia.
Yeah. So it was like whatever at this point. Like they don't have storylines anymore.
Well, they also said that Brock is signed for no dates.
Yeah. They don't have storylines anymore. I don't believe that they actually write stories anymore. They just like take
They just throw shit at the wall. Does that stick? That sticks.
Yeah,
good.
They get a fucking dart out and they throw it at the wall. The only people who are still writing storylines are NXT. And they probably laugh at them and call them nerds. They're like, fucking nerds.
They're like, well, You can call us nerds, but we are the most watched on the WWE Network.
Fucking writing storylines, fucking nerd. Yeah, nah. So who are you gonna win tonight? I don't know. Who you want to win?
I don't think it works. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
I just kind of want. I really.
So, all right, now let's actually kind of get back on track.
Yeah,
Ricochet, Velveteen Dream,
Amazing.
second longest match on the card.
Fantastic.
Coincidentally, in my heart, number 2 on the the awesome scale.
So many great spots. So many when he was like slapping Ricochet, it's like you belong in a bingo hall. I'm a wrestling god. Such great storytelling.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, don't touch me. I'm the Velveteen Dream. You can't touch the Velveteen Dream. I'm just like, this is a guy who is committed to his character.
That's like where this whole conversation sparked.
Yeah,
that's what makes him special. And you could have him in a nothing match. Give him 22 minutes on the card, which is fucking gold in WWE.
Sure. And then they ratchet up the insults by having Ricochet hit him with his signatures. Both of them hit him with the fucking Death Valley Bomb and the Purple Rainmaker. And and it's just like, oh my god. And like they will never do that on the main roster. They don't do that anymore. Whereas like,
well, this felt like a real blood feud. That's the thing. Like,
and the blood feud had literally only started a couple months ago.
That's the point. Is that like both of them are such good wrestlers and good team players that they can make this shit work.
Yeah.
Because Patrick says he was homegrown, blah, blah, blah.
No,
he's on the fucking indies big time.
He was on the indies. Yeah, that's why I laughed when he said that. I was like, dude, you're in the indies.
But the character Velveteen Dream might have been homegrown.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fine. But like that motherfucker was way on the indies.
Yeah, he's tag team with Leo Rush. Everyone knows. Well, all the smart marks know like he was out there.
Sure.
So but it works. You don't you're not even thinking about that because he's just developing.
Yeah, well, he says it like, oh, I lost a reality show. The Velveteen Dream has no memory of that.
That's great. Yeah,
because who's Patrick Clark to Velveteen? He's completely switched the persona in his on-screen brain.
It's fantastic.
So I don't know what that is. What is that?
The Dream does not recall that. It's just fantastic. It's just like that's wrestling.
I mean, in fact, if they kept bringing it up, it would just be like fucking, throwing water on somebody. It's just going to dry up, and he's just going to be like, I don't really care about it. You can talk to Velveteen Dream all you want about this.
Yeah.
Velveteen Dream doesn't remember.
Velveteen Dream doesn't remember that. Velveteen Dream was born 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Right? Gloriously.
It's pretty awesome what they can work with him. He's over with the Chicago crowd. I mean, more over than Ricochet. And like Ricochet, that's tough for me to say in my heart because Ricochet is just such a good worker.
I know. He's working on his character stuff. He's getting better at it because he's never had to.
The truth of the matter is he doesn't really need it.
Yeah,
he doesn't really fucking need it.
He never had to do it before, but like in this match, he had a lot of character moments. Where
I would say that's his weakest thing.
Oh well, yeah.
If there was like a kryptonite for Ricochet, it would be his character. But guess what? He's in developmental for a reason.
Yeah, and he's working.
He can work on that stuff.
And apparparently he's
a fucking draw already anyway.
Yeah, and apparently he's fucking fantastic to work with. They love him back there because he takes direction. He's like, no. He's like, you don't want me to do this? I won't do this.
The man wants to have longevity. He doesn't want to be a flash in the pan.
Yeah, he wants to. And so it's like you have these wrestlers who are out there, team players working together, telling a great story. They want to work together. They want to do great. They want to put on a fantastic show, and they do put on a fantastic show because the brand allows them to put on a fantastic show.
Right.
And it's like, just is not that fucking hard. You can do this on the main roster. I don't get it. I don't
know if it's... So here's the thing with that. I don't know if it's the same thing because they're on the road a lot more on the main roster than they are in NXT.
Absolutely.
And they have time because they tape all their shows at once, right?
Right.
So they have time in between shows to really hone and perfect the craft, and they have time to like be in school and go work out and go to the performance center and do all that shit, I think it also gives the writers some time to like breathe and come up with ideas, and like when it comes time to like, all right, well, we're in the writer's room. What do you got? And he's like, well, look, we haven't been here for 3 weeks. and this is what we've seen on TV. I think it's time to do this. You know, like, all right, let's do a Chicago street fight.
How would you feel about a shorter schedule or like less dates for like WWE all around?
I think that they're fine with their TV.
Sure.
Right? Because their TV is basically Monday and Tuesday right now, which might shift around with the Fox deal. Mm-hmm. But what you're not accounting for, and I'm not accounting for, is also house shows.
House shows are crazy, yeah. No,
yeah, and they make a lot of money off those house shows.
Absolutely.
So, and not to mention, the wrestlers make a lot of money off the house shows too.
Sure.
Because when they're not working house show dates, they're not making as much money.
Sure.
So, how would I feel about it? Look, I feel great about them not working house shows because it does nothing for the creative audience.
Sure.
You know, house shows are a way for them to feel more like ECW and not have much pressure on them and just still make a paycheck.
Still make a paycheck, sure.
You know what I mean? And yet, on house shows, what do we not see at home? Mm-hmm. We don't see the fact that there was a championship match or the fact that Broken Matt Hardy had a moment with Bray Wyatt before they went on television and actually did the same moment or something similar to it.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't see those things.
No, that's true.
So, like, it does nothing unless you televise it. So I think if anything, what they should start doing is maybe doing a couple more house shows that are televised, and then that would make sense. But you know, there's a negative to that as well. That means that people who will not want to go to the house shows as often if they're going to be on the
TV,
network.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean,
it's a double-edged sword. How would I feel ultimately about less dates? I think it would be better in terms of creativity, but not in terms of financial because they are a for-profit organization.
Yeah,
it's not like they're like sitting there looking at the art. But on the opposite side of it, they do have a staff of writers.
Yeah.
Who could at any time just fucking write something really good. But you know, when you got to run everything by one guy at the top, there's no trust, you know?
That's true.
And if you only trust yourself, then everything's going to take longer and it's going to be harder and it's going to be more red tape.
Sure.
You know, I think there needs to be a point where Vince needs to loosen the reins a little bit.
Maybe.
And I'm not talking about Roman. I'm just saying in general. Like, he needs to just kind of like back up and ease up and let them actually work. Let them do what he's paying them to do. You know?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, but like that's always apparently it's always been his MO. He's always been a tight control guy, you know. So I don't know. Here's my thing. It's like a lot of wrestlers.
Has nothing to do with NXT. Though.
Yeah, no, yeah. A lot of the wrestlers talk about like how they wish they had more time off. They wish they had more dates, like not like enough to like destroy their like finances, but like just dates off where they could like go home with their family, Christmas, whatever. Yeah,
but I mean, like, even if you had like mandatory in-ring tech work schedule or whatever, like they do with the NXT guys.
Yeah.
You know, like, you got to show up to the performance center.
Sure, you do. I mean,
that's part of your contract.
Sure, you do, but
like, you don't have to do that on the main roster.
No, but you still have to drive everywhere, and it's a 365-day schedule.
Well, here's the thing with, and Triple H said this. He wants to get people who aren't working on the main roster back down to NXT. I love that idea.
Sure.
Love that idea because Titus went down there for a little bit. Look, didn't really do much for Titus, but it was fun to see him.
It was great.
You know, because he actually, I think he had, like, match time, you know?
Yeah, he had fucking time to work. You know?
Yeah, so, you know, like, why not bring these? Because they're just wasting space on the main roster.
There's a lot of wasted space on the main roster at this point. But NXT is using their space. Like, here's the thing. Keith Lee debuted on...
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah, which was really cool. So he's coming to NXT. Everyone knew this for a while. He's been denying it. But, you know...
Whatever.
Yeah, everyone knew
Wrestling.
that. Wrestling, yeah. And, you know, and it's like, I'm sure he's gonna go and have, like, really great matches with fucking Lars Sullivan and stuff like that. And it's gonna be a slow push. EC3, slow, long push. Where, like, he's slow... Like, he's there. You see him. He doesn't have to wrestle every takeover. You don't need to see him every takeover. You don't need to see him every NXT.
Nope.
You know? But you know he's there. You know he's gonna get a push. You know,
Absolutely.
You know.
It's just his time is not now. That's all.
Yeah, and it's like you never feel like, oh man, this guy's never gonna get pushed. When
EC3 gets his push, he'll be in the title picture.
Like Cien almost was in NXT for like how
like
long?
a year.
Yeah,
a whole fucking year before he got anywhere near the title.
And once he got that push, it was like fucking everything clicked.
Yeah.
Everything clicked, and you're like, "This is."
They're working. That's what developmental is. It's to make you better. It's to develop you into talent that is better suited towards the WWE's needs.
Yeah,
which is perfect because the WWE does have a specific way to do things. But you know, what gets over in NXT will not be a guaranteed deal to get over on the main roster. I mean, just look at Adam Rose and Prince Pretty, Tyler Breeze, and and fucking Ascension. I mean, like, Bo Dallas. What's his name? Neville. Like, I could go on. Sami Zayn. The only people who got over are like Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, and that's because they out of the gate with Kevin Owens just pushed him. So fucking, like, the first match he came in as the NXT champion beating up John Cena.
Yeah, no.
That's pretty.
Well, the Shield got over, and that's.
But the Shield wasn't NXT. It was more like FCW. Yeah. That was before they really changed it over, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
like they were in there during FCW, and then it changed over into NXT.
Well, that's how like Rollins really got Rollins and fucking Ambrose and all those guys.
Well, you know, I think the deal with Cesaro though was Cesaro went back down to NXT and then had an amazing feud with Sami Zayn.
He did. It's fantastic. Yeah.
So why not just put Sami Zayn back? You know, like.
That would be so. I mean, at this
it would be demeaning.
It would, but like,
it would be good for his character to just prove that he can fucking wrestle. Yeah. To the people who know he knows he can actually wrestle.
He can work, and they just don't use him.
You know, like when I saw him have his first match in the Open Challenge with John Cena, and he like broke his arm, I was so proud of him. It was like watching my son, you know, go to the fucking major league from minor league baseball to major league.
And I'm worried about like all these guys in NXT like who are having amazing matches in TakeOver right now, like Ricochet, like the Velveteen Dream, like Aleister Black, like fucking Ciampa and fucking Gargano. Because like, what are they gonna do with them on the main roster? Because they're fantastic, but I can easily see fucking Vince like,
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm
not interested. What's this Adam Rose? What is this?
I don't get it. Why is he? What is he like? Black gay guy? I don't get it. I don't really.
I really see him killing Velveteen.
Yeah.
I really see him killing it.
Yeah, easily. He's like,
I don't understand. What is this? I mean, it's funny.
I don't get it.
I guess it's like Goldust.
Yeah, let's see him with Goldust. Let's put him. We're gonna put him on a team with Goldust.
Or Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy. Yeah.
Like he really doesn't get Matt Hardy.
Absolutely not.
Which is why, like, you don't even see him. He's the tag team champion. He's not even on TV anymore. Really.
Yeah. No. And it's just like. It's just like watching Vince waste talent is like watching a king throw food on the floor, and it's just like that's.
And your nation is starving.
It's starving, and you're just like, that's so sad. Like you didn't need to cut Pyro. The reason you need to cut Pyro is because
you wanted the XFL.
Yeah, it's like okay. All right, and I'm not even sad about the Pyro being gone.
I don't care about that. That's like that's such a drop in the bucket, you know.
But it's like
that's like it's nothing.
Like, it's emblematic of a larger thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like we're getting a watered down product.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like
All right, well, let's keep going down the card. We got Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross.
It's a good match.
It was fine, you know. Like I felt like when I was watching it that Shayna Baszler might have met her match with Crazy. For me, it was the weakest match on the card. It absolutely was.
Even though they had
they didn't give it a lot of match time as well. It was only 9 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah. Even though I felt like Nikki Cross had so much great character moments, and I love her, even like separated from Sanity.
Well, she's still repping the Sanity
a little bit,
thing. Yeah. You know, so it's kind of like what are they going to do with her?
Yeah, I don't know. They cleaned her up. Her hair is not like it's messy, and she looks like she's just like wearing cleaner like ring gear and stuff like that.
I guess.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah.
She still looks the same to me.
Yeah,
whatever.
She doesn't look like she's been hanging out with Sanity and like fucking rail cars and shit. Just like anarchy.
That's what they do. They just fucking anarchy kicks ass. You don't have to work or anything.
Chaos. Yeah.
You hungry? Let's just go steal it.
Yeah.
Let's go steal food.
Crust
Whatever.
punks. That's kind of how they that's their gimmick. And it's cool. It's a good gimmick. But like now she's kind of like, oh, now like I take showers and I have an apartment. It's really nice. It's still crazy, but
she's actually very well spoken when you watch her in interviews.
Oh yeah.
She's fucking very well spoken. Really amazing wrestler.
Yeah,
like somebody who has something to give, because she's like a vet in the indies. She has a lot to give to the other girls.
Yeah. I mean, she had a great moment when she did when Champions put her in the sleeper and she like just smiled and passed out, and I was like, that's great. You had a great moment. Fantastic story moment.
Shayna Baszler was like on the ramp. Back to reality.
Yeah.
All right. This is enough of this crazy. It was like, I could tell she kind of took her to a place that she didn't know.
Yeah, no.
There was.
Yeah,
like,
no. Yeah. Shayna Baszler to me has limitations as far as her work.
I mean, she's still new.
Yeah, she's new. That's what I'm saying.
She needs to be in developmental.
Yeah.
The thing is, she's menacing looking, so they put the strap on her. So that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, no. Like I was like, to me,
the belts don't matter in NXT.
Not really.
And I'll tell you why they don't matter. Because they don't translate into the main roster. If they did for a second translate into title wins in the main, like it's like every time you win the Money in the Bank, there's an 85% chance that you will have a successful cash in. That means something.
Sure.
Every time you're the NXT champion, if you go to the main roster, you become the WWE champion. Then I'd be like, all right, I'm going to take these fucking stats. I'm going to take these belts seriously again.
Sure.
But until then, this is just a prop.
It really is.
It's a prop for her to be like, I'm the best in this place where I am honing my craft.
Only three NXT champions have ever become WWE major title holders. Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
to me.
That's it. I do believe that's the three.
Unless you count the Cruiserweight Championship as a made-up.
No, I know. I mean, I'm talking about like
because then Neville.
I'm talking about highest title, highest.
No. Okay, so no, it doesn't mean anything.
Even though Neville should have, absolutely been in the picture for fucking world titles. If you were not,
if you're not Vince McMahon and you don't look at him and go, oh man, he's small, and you look at him and say, shit, that motherfucker's jacked and built for a little guy.
Yeah, as an amazing wrestler.
He, he's somebody like that. Had he not been just thrust into 205 Live, I would have looked at him and believed he could at least go toe to toe with Lesnar. Maybe not win, but go toe to toe with him.
Yeah, work with him. Yeah,
I believe he could beat Roman Reigns. I believe he can beat fucking a lot of people.
Rollins, Balor, all of them. Yeah.
I don't know if he could beat Braun Strowman, but I believe he could actually.
At this point, Braun Strowman is like a ridiculous character that they've like. He's the Hulk.
Yeah.
He's the Hulk.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like fun Hulk.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's good.
He's like Hulk if you took away all the things that are tragic about Hulk.
Pretty much.
He's
like, I'm Braun.
And we're talking about, not to be confused with Hulk Hogan, but Hulk from Marvel Comics.
Yeah, like the Green Hulk.
Yeah.
Or the Gray Hulk, if you were, you're into that. Aleister Black,
Lars Sullivan.
Fantastic match.
I enjoyed it. It was cool.
When
you compare these matches side by side with like, all right, let's just, you could pull out 5 Money in the Bank singles matches.
Sure.
And the best one on the Money in the Bank was AJ Nakamura for singles.
Sure.
Okay. Not talking about the special fun matches, but you look at Seth Rollins, Elias, Bobby Lashley, Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, Big Cass. These matches don't fucking even come close to the level of just general care and like fan interest that Aleister Black would do, because they built Aleister Black up.
They did.
With a lot of undefeated streaks.
And he works. It's not like he just like squashes people. Like they have matches and he works. And he worked his ass off in this match. And Lars Sullivan worked his ass off in this match. And they both looked good. Even though they had that like botch at the end. Like it's like they made up for it with the 2 fucking black masses, which made Lars Sullivan look like a friggin' tank until he took the second one.
I think that's his strength. Is like he is a tanky character. I don't know where he goes, like, on the main roster. I don't think he's going to beat a Braun Strowman.
No.
Because he could go the way of the Ryback.
I feel like he might go the way of the
where it's like, oh, he is a big guy, but...
Yeah, like, I feel like...
Ryback could have been a champion had he been interesting and a better worker.
Probably. I feel like he's a better worker than Ryback, possibly, but,
No. I mean, just watching this Aleister Black match.
Yeah, no,
I know he's a fucking way better worker than Ryback. I'm not going to fucking dump on Lars Sullivan because Lars Sullivan can get in there with any guy on the main roster and at least have a fucking compelling match.
Pretty much, yeah. No.
But is Lars Sullivan going to go the way of the Ryback on this main roster? Yeah, this is not the time to bring up a Lars Sullivan No. This is not it. You got to have to wait until maybe Lesnar's gone for a while.
Yeah.
And Strowman is getting stale. And then you're like, all right, I need somebody to feud with Strowman because nobody can beat him.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's when you're like, all right, let's bring up Sullivan. Have him be quiet in the background running through wrestlers. Then you'd be like, look, I'm undefeated at this point. Can I fucking fight this guy already? Yeah. And then it's like kind of Clash of the Titans at like a SummerSlam or a Mania.
Sure, I can see that. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And Aleister Black, you're just going to send him to 205 Live because you guys are awful. That's that.
No, I don't think he's somebody who's main roster worthy. I mean, at least on the Finn Balor level.
Shannon. It hurts me to say this.
You said Cien Almas was going to 205 Live.
Where has he been lately? Have you seen him around? He had a match with Sin Cara.
No, I have not seen
Cien
Almas on the main roster lately.
Exactly. He had a match with Sin fucking Cara. What the?
Did you remember that Sin Cara was on the main roster?
I didn't.
I didn't.
Forgot. I totally forgot that guy. I was like, oh shit.
He was there.
I was like, oh yeah, Kalisto is in 205.
Right.
I thought that was Sin Cara in 205 because that's how much they pushed either of them.
Yeah. They didn't push the Lucha Dragons at all.
Nope.
And then they changed the gimmick of the El Matadors to the Shining Stars.
Yeah.
Who used to be the Colognes.
Sure.
And I felt like the Colognes were at least a marketable name.
And it's just like, what? Uh-huh. Okay. Sure.
I mean, this is what they do because it's a thick roster. Let's be fucking real.
And it's like
it's like WCW level thick.
Yeah, 205 Live is great too. So,
yeah,
I mean,
but it's hard for me to get into. It's tough.
It's hard for me to take seriously. That's what it is. It's like they're great. It's great wrestling. It's just hard for me to take seriously.
Yeah,
because they don't take it seriously. If you don't take it seriously, how can I take it seriously?
That's true.
Yeah, it's like if you're like, no, yes, monkey dance. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, monkey dance. Yeah.
What they could do to kind of get it out of the hole that it's in is have them start fighting other people on the main roster.
Yeah.
And then be like, all right, well, look, we have legit wins over your main roster guys. So now you have to take us seriously.
I've always said...
like David versus Goliath kind of deal.
I've always said the 205 Live guys should just form their own faction against the main roster, but nobody likes that. Nobody wants that.
I like it.
I know you like it, but Vince doesn't like it.
Because I'm smart and I understand wrestling.
Vince doesn't like it. Vince is like, fuck that.
I mean, it worked when he did it with Nexus.
Yeah, Vince is like... And then he squashed him. Because that's what Vince does.
Yeah, he did squash him, but... CM Punk was their leader at one point.
He squashed him for Cena. Cena beat 3 of them in a row at Survivor Series. I remember that. Survivor Series because it was like there's no way Cena beats these guys, and then he beats fucking he beats Barrett. He beats
See, Wade Barrett is somebody who was gonna get pushed.
Yeah,
should have gotten pushed. Sure. And they were like, nah.
His finish
I don't like British people.
His finish was...
I think that's actually what he said, because I think Vince McMahon is an Irish person. Yeah. Has some kind of grudge against Englanders a little bit.
Whatever.
No, seriously.
I believe it.
British Bulldog came back to win the WWE Championship. That was his whole goal. That was his gimmick, actually, before he died. He said, I'm only here because I've never won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I think they actually promised him that you'll get a title run.
Jesus.
Yeah. And he ended up like fighting like The Rock or somebody like that, and then just kind of like fell off a little bit, and then he died shortly after.
Christ.
Rest in peace, British Bulldog.
Rest in peace, British Bulldog.
But like, I honestly think he has a problem against Englanders because of like what they did to Ireland.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. Yeah, no, that's fair.
But it's never something he'll say in public.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Or like, oh yeah, I fucking hate them. Like he just like he's a proud Irishman.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So he's like more likely to give the title to anybody who has like some Irish blood in them.
Fair.
You know, so like I think he loves like Finn Balor, but like he's not big enough. You know.
Yeah.
So he's like, I love you, but you're just not a big guy. I don't know what to do with you.
Can you grow 4 inches?
If you could only grow like 6'3", 6'4".
If you were 6'4", you'd be the perfect.
You'd be a specimen. You'd be
the WWE champion,
world heavyweight champion.
I'd even unify both titles for you. You could beat Lesnar and AJ. I would have both titles for you.
Yeah, I think it.
I don't know.
I don't understand his deal with AJ. Like, I don't know how AJ made it through that glass ceiling.
AJ is
just the good work.
He's phenomenal. He's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like Shawn Michaels kind of.
Yeah, he really is.
He's like Shawn Michaels making it all over again. It's like, how did you make it, Shawn? And he's like, look, man, I just asked.
Oh, yeah, he's like, he really is phenomenal. Like,
that's in Shawn Michaels' book. He's like, I actually asked Vince McMahon. I said, how do I become the world heavyweight champion? I don't understand how to do this. I've done everything I can for you, and you keep just not caring about me. And Vince said very plainly, he said, you did everything you needed to do to become the world heavyweight champion right now.
Yeah.
And then never even gave him like an inclination that he was going to shoot the gun on the world heavyweight title. It's like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, listen to me, Shawn. You did everything that you needed to do. And that was it.
Oh my God, he's like fucking Ian McKellen and fucking extras.
No, but like that's you mean Patrick Stewart? I've seen everything I needed to see.
No, he's like
there'll be no words on the day.
There were no scripts
on the day of the performance. No scripts.
No scripts.
Write this down. No scripts.
Yeah,
everybody. All the words will be memorized.
Yeah, that's. There were no scripts.
There'll be no scripts on the day of the performance.
No scripts.
So that's I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Sullivan. We have to go back to that because that's where this conversation sparked from. Ciampa versus Gargano.
Amazing.
So where AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura fucked up with their feud,
yes,
in the sense that they ended it.
I don't know why.
Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa kind of just keep moving shit
because it's they understand,
and it's the main event on the fucking card with 3 titles below it.
It's
because it's like an Undertaker match. It's above the title at this point.
It's so good. It's a story,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a storyline that you built for a year, which is just a blood feud that feels so personal and so nasty. And
everybody was like, "What day is Ciampa coming back?" Because we know when Ciampa comes back,
like Ciampa's coming back.
It's gonna be. I mean, this is enough. This feud is enough to fuel a brand.
It's amazing.
That's how good it is.
He took off his wedding ring, and everyone should know it's probably a work ring. Everyone knows that.
We'll see.
Yeah, but he spat on it and threw it into the crowd. I was like, "Holy fucking shit!"
The only thing that could make this feud worse is if what's her Candice LeRae turns on.
That is something I thought.
Gargano.
That's something I thought could possibly happen because they've been because Ciampa's been like insinuating. He's like you know that I'm more of a man than your little boy over there. I was like, I don't know. Like, are they gonna go for that? Is that like a real?
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
I was like, here's the thing. Like, I hate that for them as a couple because there's a history that whenever they break up one wrestling couple and then couple the other one together,
sure,
they actually end their marriage or they'll end their relationship.
Is that true?
There's a study behind that. Yeah,
that
like because Cien Almas and Zelina Vega are together so much that there's a couple people who think that like Austin Aries and her are just not a thing anymore, and like he's just fucking her.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true. I'd like to believe it's not true.
I hope it's not true.
But
that's
there's a study, like especially with Stephanie and Hunter.
That is what happened with Benoit and his wife.
Right.
You know, she was dating the ringmaster who was like the fucking
the devil worshipping guy.
Yeah,
Kevin Sullivan.
She was dating. She was married to him. She was married to him, and he booked it. He booked the fucking feud, where she ended up like leaving him, and she left him in real life too, and it was like, oh man.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
you risk that kind of stuff when things like that happen.
Interesting.
And I don't want that for Johnny personally.
Sure.
Despite the fact that, like, God, this feud is so hot right now.
Yeah.
Like, this feud is
it's
like it's going to get stale, but it's not there yet.
right.
And once that point reaches where it becomes stale, then Candice, like, turns on him.
Interesting.
That's when the shit goes fucking from... Right now, it's at fucking 11 on the feud meter
Ooh.
to, like, 20.
NXT has just announced a new show. NXT UK. It's official.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm glad we got that breaking news here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means at all.
It's actually going to feature a women's division and a tag division with new championship belts for both.
So is that what the UK title is going to?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Is that where the Bruiserweight is going to?
Yup.
Well, Monday Night Raw is on right now as we are
Obviously talking about it. Yes.
Yeah. So
just Gargano.
yeah, I mean that's where it could go up to like 20. Like the feud hotness would go there, but
if she turned heel on Gargano, that would probably take it to like the final degree. And then Johnny Gargano should just win the title. Like, he should just win the NXT championship. Like, and then I mean, come on, let's.
Well, either that or Ciampa wins it. Then Johnny goes for the title and wins.
Yeah, because like that's the pinnacle.
That's where it kind of like you gotta stop now.
Yeah,
like it needs to end at some point.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So
yeah.
In any event, that was NXT Takeover. You want to talk a little bit about Dominion and what this means actually for the landscape of independent wrestling?
Dominion is
and the fact that we've had now showings of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks on WWE social media.
WWE wants Kenny Omega. Everyone knows this now. And if you
Kenny doesn't want them.
We don't know that Kenny doesn't want them. We know that Kenny wanted to stay in NJPW and win the IWGP Heavyweight title, which he just did. Now, here's the deal. Okada lost at Dominion, and Kenny's contract is up in January, right around the time where Wrestle Kingdom is. Now, if I was Kenny and you were like, okay, I'm going to leave and I want to win the IWGP title, he's like, I'll win the title and then we'll drop it back to Wrestle Kingdom and go to WWE.
So Okada, Kenny, 5, 6, what is it?
5, I guess 5, yeah. And I'm like,
but they want Okada too.
Of course they want Okada too. Like the question,
the
question is, will he sign? I don't know about Okada signing. I do know
Okada has a great chance of being not worth signing. Because of what they'll do to his character.
Oh, they'll fucking destroy
because
it.
they have a tendency to assassinate Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, they'll destroy it.
Wrestlers,
they'll fucking destroy it. Yeah,
like I have to say, the fact that Nakamura is still in the main event right now is a miracle to me, and not because he's bad. He's fucking amazing.
Sure,
but Vince McMahon is so not with it. He
just doesn't get shit. He just doesn't.
And does Okada speak English? That's another thing.
No.
You don't want him in fucking developmental Okada.
No, he doesn't.
Not after like 17 stars with Meltzer.
Yeah, no, I don't think he speaks very good English, but still, he's fantastic, and they need him. If they can sign him. He's fucking fantastic.
Sure, but they'll sign him just to put a nail in NJPW's coffin.
Probably, yeah, I believe it.
But that's not going to help him. That's not going to help their brand.
No, it won't.
If it's anything, it's just like a.
At this point, the indie world is at the height of its. I wouldn't say the height. It's
at the peak right now.
It's building. It's at a peak that we've never seen before.
Yeah, because I mean, you got ROH
talking about MSG
and AAA doing a show there. Yeah, you got NJPW's like venturing more and more into the US. I mean, they've got Jericho with a belt,
with a title. So it's like okay, now you like. I'm not saying this is the highest it'll ever go. I'm saying it's at a certain point where you're like. There are legitimate competitors, not like legitimate, but like they're approaching
They're approaching WCW
They're approaching-
in terms of competition.
They're approaching.
They're not
legitimacy.
there yet. They're
No,
they're
no.
like ECW had
Yeah.
they managed their money correctly.
Yeah,
Like ECW was legit competition for
I will say
WWE.
this: if ROH starts a weekly wrestling show that gets televised on a broadcast network,
Well, they didn't even need to. They could
Yeah.
just put it on their
No,
world service.
sure, but like
It works.
Yeah, no, like once they start competing on that level, where it's like they're competing with Raw and SmackDown, then they're officially a true competition. Right now, they're competition, but they're still kind of like WWE is still the biggest fucking
I think
800-pound gorilla.
They didn't want to spend the money on Jericho, which is why which is why Jericho left originally.
Sure.
And they were like, okay, look, because they probably saw a lot of dip in subscription services
Absolutely.
after Wrestle Kingdom.
Sure, yeah.
They saw the dip and they were like, fuck, we
Yeah.
need Jericho.
You do.
Jericho's a fucking draw.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now they spent the money on Jericho. The buy rates are back up. Kenny Omega winning. Buy rates back up, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Assuming
absolutely.
people want to watch this.
Absolutely.
So they need to figure out what their next direction is. If they're not sitting there thinking about what their next direction is, they're insane.
Yeah, no,
they're gonna be a flash in the pan after if Kenny leaves. I mean, there's a lot of money probably on the table for Omega.
He's definitely got money on the table. I don't think he's gonna leave.
You don't think he's leaving NJPW?
I think there's a chance that he could leave. I think they're very conscious of that because WWE is going to be doing full court press on him with like big money contracts. They're definitely going to want him.
Well,
So,
he's somebody who can fight AJ.
yeah.
You know, and
They're going to want him. They're going to want the Bucks. They're already coming after them. You know, they want.
they're thirsty for that
Yeah.
that Bullet Club money.
Yeah, they need that Bullet Club money. You know, so
Well, it'll at least give Anderson and Gallows something to fucking do.
they need that Bullet Club money, baby. They're like,
Dude, it's sad what they did to Gallows and Anderson. It really
they
is.
just squashed them. They're done. They're
Yeah.
not done, but they're not. They're not what they could have been or should have been. So, well, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't know. If I'm them and I care about my character, I don't go to WWE.
I would say the same.
If you want to build up the indies and keep fighting against the establishment, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because there's no more Be the Elite. There's none of that shit.
Yeah, I would say that WWE has become so corporate that they just can't.
They're not in control of how like Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder got over.
Yeah.
And then they fucking pushed him back to oblivion again.
They're a corporate product. Yeah.
Where's Zack Ryder now?
Nowhere.
I haven't even seen him on television in months.
Yeah, he's gone. He's nowhere. He's gone.
He's getting a paycheck from WWE,
I'm sure he is.
obviously.
Right.
But he just,
He's gone. So it's like, yeah.
But you put him in the indies. You put Zack Ryder in the indies.
Sure.
Even if he can't use that Zack Ryder name.
He'll get over.
I don't know what is that his real name in real life, Zack Ryder?
I don't think so.
But yeah,
He'll get over. He'll get over just fine.
I mean, like better than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
It's fucking upsetting, man.
I'm done. I'm just good with it.
All right, so amazing match with Okada.
Okada Omega was fantastic.
Just craziness.
Yeah, no, it was fucking an hour. Technically an hour and like 15,
Hour and 4.
Hour 15 if you count like entrances and all that shit.
Sure.
So it was insane. And it was in a crazy long match. And it was really fucking
When's
good.
their next pay-per-view? Where do they go from here?
They
just chill out now for a little bit?
They go into the G1. The G1 tournament is coming up.
And then someone's going to fight Omega at the end? Or?
Yeah, well, someone wins a title shot.
Oh, at the G1?
Yeah, whoever wins the G1 wins a title shot at Wrestle Kingdom.
I like what they do. They do this a yearly thing.
Yeah, and it's intense.
And everybody pays attention to it.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's like it's different than like the Rumble, where it's like everyone there's brackets and everyone wrestles each other and people can lose. People do lose, even like if they're like favorites. So like it's like no one's like super strong, and since there's a match like almost every day, that means like there's a long form story you can tell. Whereas like this guy like Kenny Omega, who's fantastic, can lose to like a chump because he's tired.
See, that would be kind of cool to use the house shows
Yeah.
that WWE does
Yeah.
in that kind of capacity,
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, this match will be televised
Yeah.
on our YouTube.
Yeah.
We're going to be putting this match on our YouTube channel, and then they could do what they normally do on Raw, where they're like, oh, if you didn't see this, go to YouTube after the show and check this match out, because this match led to this moment that you're seeing right here.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So that would be an effective way to use house shows at the very least for long form storytelling.
Yep.
Which Vince McMahon hates.
Pretty
We all
much.
know it. All right. Well, look, Indies look very promising. NXT very promising.
Main roster not so much.
Yeah, main roster lacking, and you could tell because we went about an hour here,
Yeah.
whereas on the Money in the Bank it was probably about like 40-50 minutes or something
Sure.
like that.
Sure.
So, look, things are happening, things are shifting, things are changing, but realistically, the end result of what you can tell from this podcast versus the other podcast is they're just throwing anything at the wall on the main roster and seeing what sticks.
Pretty much.
Here, on the other hand, they care. All of them care.
Yeah.
The Bucks care. Cody cares. Kenny cares.
Yeah.
Okada.
They
Ibushi.
yeah, they love their characters.
If Ibushi didn't fucking care, he would have signed the deal with the WWE, and
Yeah.
then we wouldn't have no Golden Lovers.
Yeah, he would.
We wouldn't have no Golden Elite.
He likes doing what he wants with his character, and I think that's important to have
Money is not everything for some people,
to have an ownership of your own gimmick.
or of your life for that matter.
Yeah,
because they can choose what dates they want to do. There is money on the indies to be made.
Austin Aries is making a ton of money right now. He's doing.
He's a
fine.
pilot.
Yeah, he's a pilot. He's doing fine.
He's a pilot.
He's
He's living
definitely.
a great life now. He may not have his wife around, but whatever.
Yeah.
I hope everything's okay.
I have no idea.
I hope there's no truth to the rumor that I might have just started. I hope that
you didn't start it. I definitely heard that before. So
yeah, I hope it's bullshit. You know,
yeah.
I want everybody to have wonderful lives at home, and
Yep.
and just everybody be loyal to each other in real life. Maybe not on television, but in real life, everybody should be honorable to each other.
Yeah, I mean, let's avoid Matt and Lita Edge situation.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad. But you know what? It turned out for the better because, look at Matt's life now.
Yeah. Everyone.
He's got a lot of kids. His wife is beautiful. His house is beautiful.
Yeah.
He's just living a great life. He's a little broken, but he's great.
Yeah, Lita's living.
Now he's
good.
awoken.
Edge is fine. So, yeah.
Edge has got a great life. Yeah, he's with Beth Phoenix.
He's doing good. So, yeah.
So, yeah. Everybody's happy in that department.
So,
But,
yeah.
be good to each other, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed.
And thank you for tuning into the Smark Tank. Once again, you can tune into us. I don't know. We do weekly stuff, except for the last 2 weeks.
Sure.
Because it was just hard editing 50. And if you haven't listened to it, it's pretty fucking groundbreaking. Go listen to it. It's great. It'll be up when this is up, because I'm going to post a bunch of shit at once.
Yeah.
And find us on our Facebook at facebook.com/ILikeSmarks. Also on Twitter at ILikeSmarks. You can also email us at wearesmarks@gmail.com. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the weekend of wrestling. Well, except for the Bullet Club,
Sure.
Kenny Omega
Yep.
stuff. That was like last week.
Indeed.
All right.
Later.
Thanks for tuning in.
Later, guys.